Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Storytime with Tiana. My name is Tiana, and I am from Adoption Choice. I'm going to be reading 4 books today, and I hope that you like what we're about to read. So the first book we're going to be reading is actually a kind of a funny book, and it's one that we are going to be having in our auction during our Touched by Adoption fundraiser coming up on November 13th. So I encourage everybody to check out our website after the presentation today and check out our Touched by Adoption section and bid on some of our fun activities. And without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. So our first book that we're reading this morning is called Animal Gas. It is a farty farce, and it is written and illustrated by Brian Ballinger. Brian actually donated this book to us. It has some scratch and sniff pages in it, and it's kind of a funny story about animals and gas. All right, you ready to get started? All right, let's do this. So Animal Gas, a farty farce, written and illustrated by Brian Ballinger. We all know that farts are toxic to bear, but my gas smells like good, like fresh mountain air. Your gas isn't fresh, it's putrid and stale. It blows out like smog from under your tail. Yuck. My farts smell like home and treats that you bake. They're yummy and sweet like muffins or cake. Your toots aren't like cake, I'm totally sure. My nose says they rot like steaming manure. Ew. I foof in the night as well as the day. It smells like perfume or flowers in May. Perfume, flowers. Now that's quite a leap. Try mold and some beans piled up in a heap. Yuck. But my poots, oh yes, you know I'm no liar. They smell like warm clothes right out of the dryer. I doubt that. Clean laundry, please. Now trust this old fox. Your poots smell like rank and festering socks. Ugh. But everyone loves when I cut the cheese. It smells like the beach or a tropical breeze. Well, I've smelled the wind that breaks from your rump. It is like the beach, the one near the dump. My bloomers have coughed and filled me with pride. You might even think my bacon was fried. You're hamming it up. It can't be denied. The smell that you made is skunk that has died. Yuck. When I'm breaking wind, it steeps like some tea, an herbal type scent. Perhaps potpourri? Ugh. The tang in the air that comes from your rear is a pot full of stink that fills me with fear. When my foof's set free and let off the leash, your tummy will grumble because you smell quiche. Blah. That gust from your tush, it weakens my legs. Not breakfasty pie, but sulfur and eggs. P.U. While others make clouds of foulness that reeks, I'm shooting rainbows right out of my cheeks. It's death and decay, not rainbows or peace. I think we should call the farting police. I just let one loose. You'll like it a lot. So come smell it now. These waffles are hot. How did you make this sweet waffle haze? The best whiff I've sniffed in all of my days. The source of my fumes I cannot reveal. Just breathe them all in and trust they are real. And there he has it. He has a little waffle stuck to his tail. All right, the end. How did you like that one? Pretty good? All right, well, if you like that book, you can bid on it in our auction in our Touched by Adoption fundraising gala coming up on November 13th. All right. So the next book we're going to read is called On the Night You Were Born. And this book is by Nancy Tillman. On the Night You Were Born. This is a neat little book. It's actually pretty cool for adoption too, because it talks about individuals and the night they were born and how special they are. All right? I'm trying to find the best way to do this. On the night you were born, the moon smiled with such wonder that the stars peeked in to see you, and the night wind whispered, life will never be the same, because there had never been anyone like you ever in the world. So enchanted with you were the wind and the rain that they whispered the sound of your wonderful name. Let's say it out loud. The sound of your name is a magical one. Let's say it out loud before we go on. Can everybody say their name? Say their name. Awesome. My name is Tiana. It sailed through the farmland, high on the breeze. Who in the world is exactly like you? Who? Over the ocean and through the trees until everyone heard it and everyone knew of the one and only ever you. Not once had there been such eyes, such a nose, and such silly wiggly toes. In fact, I think I'll count to 3 so you can wiggle your toes for me. Can you wiggle your toes? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. When the polar bears heard, they danced until dawn. From faraway places, the geese flew home. The moon stayed up until morning next day. And none of the ladybugs flew away. So whenever you doubt just how special you are, and you wonder who loves you, how much and how far, listen for geese honking in the sky. They're singing a song to remember you by. Or notice the bears asleep at the zoo. It's because they've been dancing all night just for you. Or drift off to sleep to the sound of the wind. Listen closely, it's whispering your name again. If the moon stays up morning one day, or a ladybug lands and decides to stay, or a little bird sits at your window a while, it's because they're all hoping to see you smile. Can I see you smile? Can everybody smile? Let's see a big smile. All right. For never before in story or rhyme, not even once upon a time, has the world ever known a you, my friend, and it never will, not ever again. Heaven blew every trumpet and played every horn on the wonderful, marvelous night you were born. The end. What did you think of that one? That was a pretty good one, right? On the Night You Were Born by Nancy Tillman. All right, my next book, boys and girls, is going to be called Mixed Me. And this book is written by Tay Diggs and illustrated by Shane Evans. This is a story about a little boy who has parents that are 2 different races. Okay? Can everybody see my book? You can see my juice boxes here, right? Okay, this book is called Mixed Me. And as you can tell, this book is pretty well loved in our house. All right, Mixed Me by Taye Diggs. You ready? All right. Hey, now they call me Mixed Up Mike. My hair is like, wow, super crazy, fresh, cool, man. Yeah. I like to go fast. No one can stop me as the wind combs through my zigzag curly do. Do any of you have zigzag curly doos, little boys and girls? What's happening, Captain? My daddy says. Hi, I say. Bye, I say.
What's bye, Isaac?
This is my son, Isaac. He's gonna come read with us too. You wanna come up here? All right, here we go, buddy. Ready? Okay. What's happening, Captain? Right? Hey, sweet boy, sweet pie, honey boo, my mom coos. She's my one and only, never lonely. Hi, I say.
Do you want to go to the bathroom? You have to go poop.
Bye, I say. Sometimes when we're together, people stare at whatever.
Whatever, you have to go together.
There's the mommy and the daddy, and there's Mixed Up Mike. And what's that one? The school bus.
It's still one intro.
Your mom and dad don't match, they say, and scratch their heads. See, my dad's a deep brown, and my mom's rich cream and honey. Then people see me, and they look at us funny. My mom and dad say I'm a blend of dark and light. We mixed you perfectly and got you just right. There are so many flavors to savor and taste. Why pick only one color or face? Why pick only one race? Some kids at school want me to choose who I cruise with, but I'm down for fun with anyone. I'm a combo plate, garden salad, rice and beans, tasting great. But wait, and if they care too much about my hair too much, that it's not straight enough, I say, it's my hair, don't touch. I'm doing my thing, so don't forget it. If you don't get it, then you don't get it. Uh-huh, I said it. I'm a beautiful blend of dark and light. I was mixed up perfectly, and I am just right. They call me Mixed Up Mike, but that name should be fixed. I'm not mixed up, I just happen to be mixed. Mixed Me, the end. Did you guys like that one? That's a good one. It's called Mixed Me by Taye Diggs. All right, and then our last book that we're going to read today is called Hooray for You. It is a celebration of Eunice by Marianne Richmond. All right, so we have a whole bunch of good-looking kids here on the first page. And a cool red balloon. Hooray for You by Marianne Richmond. For quite a long time, the world saved a place. Millions were born, yet none filled your space. Until the second of a minute of one special day, you took your first breath and the world said, hooray! Perfectly timed, not 1 minute more, but planning, you suddenly were where you were not before. but planning preceded your earthly debut, as all was completed in the you-ness of you. You-ness, you ask? Quite hard to describe. It's your style of being, your rhythm or vibe. It's the grand sum of you that sets you apart, your body and brains, plus your spirit and heart. Okay, you might think, but I'm not sure I see. Why the big fuss and hooray about me? Then get set to enjoy the big celebration of the you-ness of you, a remarkable creation. Isn't it something that your wonderful face is not like another in the whole human race? Your smile, for starters, curves up just so when you laugh and act silly or tell jokes that you know. You boys and girls, do you tell jokes? All right. The body you live in can jump, dance, and play with custom-built parts to move your own way. Even your hair, be it black, brown, or red, does its own thing on the top of your head. And your certain good looks are just one teensy part of the you-ness galore of your mind and your heart. This is the essence of what you're about, the true who of you within and throughout. For instance, the way your brain likes to think. It just happens, you say, like a sneeze or a blink. Automatic for sure, but predictable not, for no other has your process of thought. You think big ideas and original schemes. Your wide-eyed wishes are your dreamiest dreams. And your feelings deep down are colorful creations, a kaleidoscope of moods and emotional sensations. Who else can know you're kind of glad, silly, excited, grumpy, or sad? There are foods you find yummy, a favorite color or two, things you don't like, but more that you do. And the cool thing that's true is how you can grow. Well, here's to thinking to change or new stuff to know. You're perfect as you, but my friend, you will see. Days when delighted is not what you'll be. You might even think, I sure wish to be like him, her, or them. Any person but me.
Mama.
Hooray for me. Then stop that at once. Put gloom on the shelf. Say goodbye, doubt, and hooray, self. You want to come read? Okay. All right. Thank you. If people compare you with one another, like a mother or a sister or an uncle or a brother, to them you can say for certain indeed.
Mama, what the uncle?
The uncle? The uncles are in these pictures right here.
This is the uncle, this is the uncle.
Yeah, the grandma and the grandpa and the mommy and the daddy and the uncle and the sister and the brother. To them you can say for certain indeed. I'm completely for sure. Me, guaranteed.
Guaranteed, what is that?
Me,
Guaranteed.
guaranteed.
You.
Oh, this is a big one. Yes, from head to toe tip, you're an original, a creation in progress, a distinct individual. Look the world over and you'll never find a duplicate of you-ness. You're one of a kind.
Different, you can't like I want
One
to
of a
have
kind. On the day,
one extra time you had to go potty and you had to go pee and you
on
had
the
to go,
day you were born, the world
and
grew
then
by
you-
one.
And you had
Honey,
to.
I'm reading this book. Can you listen?
No, I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you a
Okay.
story.
On the day you were born, the
And
world.
You have to go
Okay.
to the farmer's market.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Isaac. On the day you were born, the world grew by one. Life with big purpose and much to be done. Look in the mirror, love who you see. Stand tall, smile big, and shout, hooray for me. Can you yell hooray for me? Hooray for me. The end. All right, do you think we have time for one more story? One more story? All right, this might be a little bit of a sad one. This one is one of my favorite books. It's called Love You Forever, and it's written by Robert Munsch and illustrated by Sheila McGraw. What do we see here? We got a little boy on the front, and he is putting toilet paper into the toilet. All right, it says Love You Forever. To Sam and Gilly. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as you're living, my baby you'll be. That baby grew. He grew and grew and grew and grew until he was 2 years old. He ran around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Is that what she says to him? Okay. The little boy grew.
Watch this, Mama.
He grew and he grew and he grew.
What?
He grew until he was 9 years old.
Look, Mama.
And he never wanted to come in for dinner.
Mama, look, Mama.
Thank you. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited,
Look, Mama.
listen to the book.
No, look, Mama.
I see. And when Grandma visited,
Mama, look at this. Look at this, Mama.
you're being goofy. Can we finish our book? And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Uh-oh.
What is that? I can't see it.
Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. What? But at nighttime, when he was asleep, his mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Right? Do you see her rocking a baby on the floor? Yeah. You're being silly. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and he got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Right? Well, that mother got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, "You better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. And when he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. So the son went to his mother, he picked her up, and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he sang the song, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Put your tongue away. And that's the end. Love you forever.
Good job, Mama.
Good job, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today for story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too distracting. Check out our website, adoptionchoice.org, and click on our gala page, Touched by Adoption.
Yeah.
That's our big event coming up on November 13th. Feel free to check out some of our other events coming up this week, and we hope you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.